On August the 4th, 1995, at the crack of dawn, Croatia launched Operation Storm, the largest military offensive in its history. The objective was clear: to reclaim the territory held since 1991 by the self-proclaimed Republic of Serbian Krajina, an entity that stretched across large parts of central and western Croatia. After 4 years of war, devastation and failed negotiations, Croatia made a decisive move. Yet, while the operation was hailed as a triumph by one side, it left deep scars on the other, especially among the Serbian civilians, whose suffering would mark this day in memory. The war in Croatia had begun in 1991, when the Yugoslav People's Army and Serbian paramilitary units seized control of parts of the country and declared the Republic of Serbian Krajina. The town of Knin, in the heart of Dalmatia, became a symbol of the rebellion. The Croatian army, led by President Franjo Tuđman and General Ante Gotovina, had spent years preparing and strengthening its forces, bolstered by Western support. By 1995, Croatia was ready to turn the tide of the war. In the early hours of August the 4th, thousands of troops, supported by tanks, aircraft and artillery, launched a multi-front assault. By August the 5th, the Croatian flag was flying over the Knin fortress, and within the next 4 days, over 10,000 square kilometers of territory were recaptured. For Croats, Operation Storm marked a moment of liberation, the end of a long occupation and a step toward the peace formalized later that year in the Dayton Agreement. For Serbs in Croatia and Serbia, however, it was the day of the largest exodus of Serbs since World War II, now commemorated as a day of remembrance for the dead and the displaced. During and after Operation Storm, around 200,000 Serbs fled their homes in long refugee convoys headed towards Serbia and Bosnia. Many left everything behind: their homes, their possessions, and the lives their families had built over generations. It has been documented that grave crimes were committed during and after the operation: killings, looting, the burning of Serbian villages, and individual acts of brutality. Hundreds of civilians, including the elderly and women, lost their lives in the chaos. Although international trials at The Hague, such as the one against General Gotovina, sought to shed light on these events, justice has remained elusive for many victims. The tribunal initially claimed there had been a joint criminal enterprise behind the operation, but in 2012 the appeals chamber acquitted both Gotovina and Markac, ruling there was no conclusive evidence that the aim of the operation had been the forced expulsion of civilians. From a military standpoint, Operation Storm was one of the most effective campaigns of the Yugoslav wars. But it is also one of the most controversial events in the modern history of the Balkans. Its interpretation remains deeply divided, shaped by national and personal perspectives. Like so many conflicts before it, this one still leaves us with painful and unresolved questions. How can we reconcile celebration with mourning? And can justice ever truly be served in times of war? Can former enemies ever find peace if one side's victory means another's deep suffering? Can history ever bridge the gap between opposing truths that emerge from the same conflict? If you enjoy stories like this one, help us reach more people by clicking like, subscribe, and the notification bell, so you don't miss any of our almost daily episodes. And we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments.